Hello, everybody.
Hello, buongiorno.
Buongiorno. We're going to Italy now.
I mean, musically, right? So
That's right.
we are playing for you a beautiful piece. Oh, first we will maybe talk about the piece, Josefine al mare. It's called Josephine on the beach.
Yeah, it's so appropriate for us. We have a Josefine.
Yeah, and she was at the beach.
She was at
a
the
few
beach.
weeks ago in Italy.
We were all at the beach in Sicily, so we thought appropriate to bring this piece to Marshall, Michigan.
It's a mazurka, so it's a dance, yeah, from the Mazurans, so from Poland kind of comes the mazurka, but of course it's now in the Italian context, and there are different parts, so we kind of divided them in A, B, C, and D. So A till the repeating is A, and then after the second ending is a B part, and then the trio is the C part, and the coda is the D part. And totally the piece would be A, A, B, B, C, C, A, B, D, D. Yeah.
And the purpose of this video is to help you get to know the piece a little bit before we all meet.
Let's do the A part first, right, Mikey?
Yeah, it has the dotted rhythm of the da 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 da. Very typical Italian-esque.
Yes, and kind of you have to imagine those triplets like da 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 dee da da dee da 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 ba da da da, and maybe the first ones can be da 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 a little bit like more like stricter, and then the triplets a little bit softer. Yeah?
And this is in the key of F, so you've got one flat all of at the A part and the B part. So everybody knows their F scale, right?
Yeah, but the main thing is that the second note is already a B natural, and then comes the you have kind of like a
Chromatic little run.
Yeah. You have C, B natural, then B flat.
And I guess they're going to ask you, how do you finger that?
I start with the first finger on the C, and then the fourth finger, and then I have the third finger. How do I do it? Yeah, I switch with the third finger from the B natural to the B flat, and then the second finger here on the A. Yeah, but you could also do...
You could do it with a different finger on every note.
Yes, if this is easier, yeah, and then you have to go down. You can do the same.
That might be the best for many
me,
people.
not. That's why I will not play like this.
But
forgive me. I like to switch my finger because it's so common in the classical world to do those chromatics with the switching. But there are, different possibilities.
Now, Caterina, of course, is playing the first mandolin, and I'm playing the second mandolin, so our notes is a harmony.
There.
It's also a chromatic, and I'm going to suggest you play with your pinky, third,
if you have
second.
A pinky. Some people don't have a pinky. They put their pinky finger behind the fingerboard, and they don't have
You never
a pinky.
use it. I like what Jethro Burns said to Don Sternberg.
Use it.
He said, are you going to use that pinky finger? Because if you're not, I could use another one. So if you play with your third finger, you could shift with your second. Second on the G sharp.
This is for me
second on
much
the G.
easier. Yeah. So check it out. Either switching with a finger. It's I switch with a third. The second mandolin switches with the second, or you start with the fourth finger and use all four, and then you have to jump down.
Mm-hmm. Either way.
Let's do the A part, okay?
We'll do it slow so you can hear a little bit of the piece.
Okay.
One, two, three. Bella Italia.
I actually did it one time. I did with the switching of the finger. Second time I did the fingering with using...
did exactly the same
you
thing.
Did? I just wanted to show you that both is possible, right? And then you would go in the first ending and you would repeat it, which we don't have to do right now.
And people are going to ask about tremolo. So I hope you caught where we did the tremolo.
Da-da, here not. Dun, da-da, but on the long note... Da-da, da-da. And
A's.
then here not.
But I do.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, we do the actually. We do da 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 da. This one with
do?
the accent. Yeah.
Okay, this
Again.
is...
So we do all the long.
And I'm playing this.
Yeah.
So I would
It's
tremolo
like a
that.
counterpoint.
Because it has a slur line, that means to tremolo. Is that correct, Miss Lichtenberg?
Sometimes, yes. I have also a slur line. In my case, it means a phrase. So like legato kind of. Yeah. It could be tremolo. You know, it's possible. It depends on the tempo. And I think those details, we can also check them out when we all rehearse together.
all
You should
playing
practice both, and then you are prepared for everything. So then we go, second time we go into the second ending. So you jump over the first ending, and so you do... It's the same, almost the same like the first ending, but then let's do the B part with the pickup notes, yeah? Or let's do the second ending, right?
Second ending of the A.
1, 2, 3. Again.
Second ending.
Yeah, so we did now 2 times the B part.
That's right.
And what about you with a tremolo?
Yeah, I think it's... Well, hopefully this will help you, folks. Obviously, tremoloing the first note.
I did also tremolo the accent.
You did.
This one.
Ah. Very nice.
Yeah, the accent also in many methods, the accent means tremolo. But again,
So in the first and second ending.
there are rules how to do things, but not every Italian would always follow the rules. As you know, Italians don't always. Yeah, it's good to know the rules, but you don't have to like think, oh, this is
So
now
strict.
forever and you have to do it forever. But it always depends also on the tempo. But in this case, I think it would be maybe beautiful if you both would do it. Yeah?
I think
First
so.
and second.
And in the
ending.
trio, we have one also.
Yeah.
I think that is the rhythm of a mazurka actually has the accent on 3. Is that correct? 1, 2, 3. 1,
Yeah,
3.
but sometimes it's also on the 2, so it's maybe changes. I've never danced the mazurka. Maybe we should get the steps and
think we're
dance it
gonna
all
have to.
together.
Some late night fun in
So
Marshall.
after we played B and B, right? The B part was the first ending and then the second ending, and then we go into the C. Shall we?
Now
do
we're
this?
going to the C. Now all the key changes.
One little thing, the B part. I'm here in the second position, so I can catch my C, and then I do the third finger on the B flat.
Oh, you have some mean stuff in
Yeah,
that first
it's not
part.
really mean if you look at it like 3 1 0 3 1 0, and then I go back. Yeah, so I go from the B flat with the third finger to the A. So because I have been here on the C.
That's your B part.
Yeah, so
Now your C part, we're changing keys, folks. This is now in the key of B flat.
let's
Does
do
everyone
this
know the
really
B flat
slow.
scale? So you now have an E flat and a B flat.
And you have chromatic, yeah.
You
You
have
have-
E flat notes.
So you have a chromatic for the first triplets, and the second triplets are not chromatic.
She's
That's the
talking
mean
first
part.
mandolin now.
And
Second
then-
mandolin's got an easier part.
And then the third is also chromatic. So you have chromatic here. Yeah, I do 4, 3, 2. I switch second, first, second. Yeah, we do G, F sharp, G. And then again chromatic. First
F,
finger, 0, fourth
E flat.
finger, third. Yeah, let's do this together. Okay? Do you have your mandolin? Let's do it together. 1, 2. Repeating. And then you start from the beginning.
I missed my triplet, Miss Lichtenberg.
Oh, you failed.
I was waiting for you.
By the way, Mike Marshall has birthday today.
Very talented, but harmonically displaced.
Well, that's called contemporary classical music. Okay.
Where are we, Miss Lichtenberg? We're at the end of the C. We're
End
about
of
to go
the
back
C.
to the
Yeah,
A.
so we do the second ending and go back, yeah. And then we start.
At the top.
And now into the second ending.
Second ending now.
Oh no, yeah, we go to the B part.
Go to the B.
Second ending. And then D.
First ending.
I don't have those pickup notes written in my first ending, but we play them. They are the same like in the second
And-
ending of the B part. Yeah, so
We'll write them in. F,
yeah.
G, A.
Same triplets.
Second ending.
I was too long. Sorry, let's do this again.
Second ending.
Second, let's do maybe the
whole repeat.
Yeah. You can do
Tremolo the end.
Oh yeah, it's fortissimo and yeah, we
And
can do
accented.
This. And then there's fermata on the break, and we just stay like this till
Like that.
till the conductor says
Okay.
it's over.
Shall we try to play it through, Miss
Yeah.
Lichtenberg? That would be fun.
Let's try to do this.
We'll do it nice and slow.
Josefine Almare.
And of course, there are chords to this. If you prefer, you could play the chords, and we're going to put that up. It'll be in your app.
And it's only oof, ta, ta, oof, ta, ta. Yeah, I can do maybe the first voice and you play the accords, yeah?
C7, F. C, F.
You could also sing the first part and play the chorus. La da 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 da.
Please, Miss Caterina.
And don't forget the vibrato. Right?
That's correct, Miss Lichtenberg.
Sorry,
We'll have
guys.
you committed later.
We are too silly. Let's be a little bit more serious.
Yeah, please.
Let's do now.
Song about your daughter.
Okay.
Okay, so where are we? We're going to try and play the whole thing?
Yeah. Mike plays the second, I play the first. Sometimes I will do the switching with the finger. Sometimes I will just do this, so don't worry. I just want to show that both is possible. And we will play A, A, B, B, C, C, back to the A, one time only.
With the second ending.
Second ending, then the B with the
With
second,
the second ending.
and then the D, D, so 2 times.
Now, I want you to keep something in mind. It is possible that somewhere in the course of playing this tune, we might make a mistake.
So don't train this mistake. It's a mistake. You should play it right. Okay.
That's the goal.
We will just make a face, like if it happens, that you know that's what's
Something
a
like
mistake.
that.
Okay. I hope that our children will let us do this. Oh yeah. Thank you. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
A, repeat. B. Repeat. B. Second ending. C. Repeat.
From the beginning.
Second ending. It's the B. Z. Second end.
Or maybe no tremolo. We will see. You know, we should be a little bit flexible.
Yeah, and I made a mistake, as I had promised. I did not go to the B. So, pay no attention to the second mandolinist for that one moment
Yes.
at the end. But you get the idea.
You get the idea, and it's fun, and we will, have time to practice it there. So don't get scared. Just make sure the C part, I think, is this. You have to learn actually only one bar from the C part. This is this one, and then down, 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 da da da. And so if you can play this one, you can also play the fifth bar of this, and you can play the D section. So it's always the same.
It's always repeated.
They're the same bar.
Well,
Yeah.
looking forward to it. I can't wait to hear this with 30 mandolins.
Yes, me too. But don't all practice just chords, yeah? You guys, you have to also practice the first part.
That's right.
Right?
You could write the chords
You don't have
inside your chart, your melody chart, if you wanted to. You could copy them from the. In fact, maybe we'll do that. We're going to put this in Sibelius or Finale or one of those music writing programs. We might put the chords right in your part.
If you like to play the first part or the second part, then of course, just to know the chords a little bit is also helpful sometimes.
It's helpful to hear that
And
harmony.
you can just play also through the chords.
And this comes from the great period of the mandolin in the early part of the 20th century. It says published in when?
Tarantula in 1919.
That was the heyday of the mandolin.
Tarantula, it's from the tarantul, yeah.
That was his name. He must have been a big spider of a mandolin player.
Yes.
And so maybe it exists in another form because it's an arrangement by Flaminio. What kind of mama would name his son Flaminio?
Pignoloni. But if you have this family name, you have to name your child Flaminio.
Okay.
Right?
There you have it, folks. Looking forward to it.
Yes, let's go together with Josefine al mare to the beach.
That's right.
Okay.
Tschüss.
Bye bye.
Ciao.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci. Ci vediamo.